This is VSiN Daily Morning Bets. Here is your host, Josh Appelbaum.
Hello and welcome to VSiN Daily Morning Bets, a quick 15-minute podcast highlighting the top games and biggest line moves that bettors need to know about each day. Today is Tuesday, May 2nd.
Game of the night.
For the game of the night, we're going to look toward a jam-packed Major League Baseball slate here with 15 games across the diamond, and we're going to go to Coors Field for an 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time showdown between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Colorado Rockies. Currently, the Brew Crew are listed as a minus 165 road favorite, with Colorado a plus 145 home dog, and the total in this game is 11.5. Now, going into this matchup, the Brewers are 18-10. They just took 2 of 3 at home against the Angels, but they did lose Sunday's series finale 3-0 as a minus 120 home favorite. Meanwhile, the Rockies 9-20 to start the year. They've struggled. They just dropped 2 of 3 at home against the D-backs, but they did win the series finale on Sunday 12-4, cashing as a plus 120 home dog. So in tonight's matchup here, series opener, we have Milwaukee going with righty Freddie Peralta, who's 3-2 with a 3.77 ERA, and he'll be opposed by Colorado fellow righty Ryan Feltner, who's 2-2 with a 4.68 ERA. So what have we seen across the board here in the market for this matchup? Well, a lot of respected money laying it on the road with the Brew Crew, making some beer tonight. This game opened Milwaukee listed as a roughly minus 150 road favorite, and now we've seen Milwaukee get steamed up all the way to minus 165. So again, big indicator, 10 cents of steam or more. That really gets me interested, tells me big money's coming in. It's kind of the indicator, line of demarcation, 10 cents. That's when I get really excited about a steam move. And that's what you're seeing here with Milwaukee, with a 15-cent steam move, minus 150 up to minus 165. The Brewers are getting 83% of bets, but almost 90% of the money, telling you that both pros and Joes here are leaning on Milwaukee. Probably the public likes Milwaukee just because far better record than Colorado, whereas pros seemed to like Milwaukee because when that line opened at minus 150, that seemed a little bit low. Probably had their lines that they set. And again, one thing that distinguishes pros from recreational bettors, obviously they have a long track record of success, win at a high rate, have the respect to the books, bet bigger amounts as well. But also, it's a situation with pros where they're going to bet based on their discrepancy plays. They're going to set their own number, compare it to the books. As soon as the line opens, if there's a big discrepancy, a big gap between their number and the books, that basically creates an advantage or an edge over the house. So they get down and they hit it. So again, purely based on record, probably why public likes Milwaukee, but pros even said, hey, we got a good value play there opening around minus 150. So they hit Milwaukee, caused that big steam in their favor. Milwaukee matches quite a few betting systems here. One would be a non-division road favorite. Very simple, but this has been one of my favorite and best systems all year long. Non-division road favorites are 78-40 this season, 66%, with a 12% return on investment. $100 better taking every non-division road favorite this season will be up almost $1,500 this year. Also, favorites who missed the postseason. Public, questions whether or not they can lay a minus number. You didn't make the playoffs. It's kind of a buy low spot. But that's been a good angle. Favorites who missed the postseason are 116-63, 65% this year with an 8% ROI. But the really interesting system match that I have, which is one of the best this season, when both teams had the day off the previous day, just take the favorite. Very, very simple. But the extra time off disproportionately benefits the better team, better players, better coaching staff, game planning, all that. But both had the day off, take the favorite. That system is 31-11 this year, 74%. With a 22% return on investment. And since the start of last year, both had the day off, take the favorite. That's 161 and 76, 68% here with almost 25 units won. Also, just in this matchup, Brewers have been a winner. They're 11-6 as a favorite. They're 13-7 against righties, and they're 9-4 on the road. So they're a favorite against a righty on the road here tonight. And the Rockies all losing in this spot. They're 6-15 as a dog. They're 5-14 against righties, and they're 4-9 at home. So I'm looking toward Milwaukee here. I'm laying it with the Brew Crew. I like this big sharp steam move. Bunch of system matches here. I'm taking Milwaukee on the road, laying it with the Brew Crew, making some beer here at minus 165 on Milwaukee at an 8:40 p.m. showdown in the National League at Coors Field.
Best of the rest.
For the best of the rest, now let's go out west to San Diego, sunny San Diego. 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time showdown in the NL between the Cincinnati Reds and the San Diego Padres. Currently, we have the San Diego Padres listed as a -190 home favorite, with the Cincinnati Redlegs a +175 road dog, and the total in this game is 8.5. Now going into this matchup, Padres 16-14. They won the series opener last night against Cincinnati, beat them 8-3, cruising pretty easily and taking care of business as a -220 home favorite. In tonight's rematch, Cincinnati Reds, who are 12-17, they're going to send out righty Graham Ashcraft, who's 2-0 with a 2.10 ERA. And the Padres, meanwhile, are going to turn to fellow righty Michael Wacha, picked up as a free agent from the Red Sox. He's 2-1 with a 6.75 ERA this season. So what have we seen across the board here? Well, a lot of respected money laying it with the Padres here at home. Not worried about this kind of big juice price here. This game opened San Diego listed as a -175 home favorite, and immediately once that line dropped, got steamed up to -180, -185. Now I'm seeing -190 across the board. So from the overnight line, I wrote about this game in the Sharp Report. Always, you can check out my write-ups, VSiN.com/newsletter. But overnight, saw this line get hit. Continued so far this morning. I always like it when you have consistent movement in one direction. On the one hand, you say, hey, San Diego is now -190. Could have gotten them -175. That's not very good. I'm not getting, a very good number there. But I look at it another way. Yeah, you might not be getting the best number, but that's an indication that pro money continues to hit San Diego, giving you that kind of further confidence that pros are on San Diego. So again, gift and a curse, Jekyll and Hyde, whatever you want to call it, but may not be getting the best of the number with San Diego, but we know that they continue to be the sharp play here. If you look at all these system matches on San Diego, the big one in general is just favorites. It sounds chalky, it sounds obvious, it sounds very public, but again, the data doesn't lie. If you look at since COVID, favorites in Major League Baseball have continued to do very, very well each year progressively. This year, betting every favorite. I wouldn't suggest doing that. You're going to have a huge sample size, and it can be kind of a risky business in any other sport. But in Major League Baseball, favorites this year, 270 and 163, 62.5%. You're up almost 10 units here with a 2% ROI. So again, it's almost unheard of that betting every favorite could be profitable. That's what we've seen in baseball. But layer it a little bit more. This would be a non-division favorite here, and then also a non-division favorite off a win. That system is 112 and 58, 66% with a 7% ROI. Kind of a fade of the Reds in this spot. They're 6-13 as a dog. They're 5-13 against righties, and they're 3-11 on the road. You've also noticed San Diego, they're starting to hit a little bit. They got Tatis back in the lineup, so if you look at their top four, it's like Tatis, Machado, Soto, Bogarts. So they're starting to get the bats going. And it's also kind of fishy. Like, why is this number so high on Michael Wacha, who's got a 6.75 ERA? Like, Ashcraft's numbers are pretty good, 2-0, 2.10. So why is this steam getting steamed up so much toward the fathers when Wacha's got the worst ERA? It just sounds fishy kind of in a good way for San Diego here. So I'm looking toward the Padres. I'm laying it here with the Padres at home. Took them last night, taking them again tonight. Got the Padres here at -190. Big matchup, 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time in the National League. NBA and NHL playoffs are the best time of year to become a VSiN Pro subscriber. Get access to hourly pro tips, best bets from VSiN experts, daily articles, power rankings, and expanded digital content and tools to help you become a better. Just go to VSiN.com/subscribe for more information.
Josh's Sweats.
All right, so Josh's Sweats here. Gave away a couple of them already. I'm officially on the Milwaukee Brew Crew. I'm making some beer tonight. Love that steam move in favor of Milwaukee. -150 up to -165. Think there's an advantage on the bump with Freddie Peralta, who's been really good this year and the last few years. Also, a bunch of system matches, and the one that I really like, aside from the non-division road favorite, is that both had the day off take the favorite. Again, that's 31-11 this year, 74% matches with the Brew Crew. So I am on the Brew Crew at -165. I'm also on, as I hinted at, and I think I mentioned, I'm on San Diego. I like the fact that this has been consistent steam in favor of Wacha and the Fathers, opening -175 up to -190. Again, that system match there would be that non-division favorite off a win. And again, San Diego's bats heating up. It's kind of a fade spot of Cincy as a dog on the road against a righty. So I'm on the Padres at -190. And then one more for you, a little bit earlier of a game here, interleague play. I'm on the New York Mets. Give me the Mets. Got the Mets here at -145. They're on the road at Detroit, who, by the way, is +130 at home. Total in this game is 8.5. But going into this matchup, a little background, the Mets are 16-13. They just split a doubleheader yesterday against Atlanta. They lost the first game 9-8 as a plus 170 home dog, but they won the second game 5-3 as a minus 105 home dog. Meanwhile, Detroit 10-17. They lost 2 of 3 at home against Baltimore. Lost on Sunday 5-3 as a plus 130 home dog. So what are we seeing here? Well, first off, pitching matchup. Joey Lucchesi, lefty here on the bump for the Mets. Lucchesi is 1-0 with a 2.19 ERA. He'll be facing Jared Lorenzen, righty here for Detroit, who's 0-1 with a 7.07 ERA. So reason why I like the Mets, good steam here in their favor. Mets opened on the road around a minus 135 road favorite. Now the Mets have been steamed up to minus 145. So good movement in their direction. Again, that 10-cent steam indicator. Mets are getting 83% of bets, but almost 90% of the money. So again, a kind of pro and Joe bet split in favor of New York. And then a lot of system matches on the New York Mets. Non-division favorites off a win, 66% this year. Road favorite who made the playoffs, the opponent did not, 65% this year. Just the classic non-division road favorite, 66%. Road favorite made the postseason, 65%. And then kind of the basic one is interleague play. Interleague play, when the lack of familiarity really benefits, quote unquote, the better team. You haven't seen the opponent, therefore cream rises to the top and kind of the better team shows itself. Had a play yesterday as one of Josh's sweats on the Houston Astros at home against the San Francisco Giants. That was another interleague play matchup there where the familiarity benefited, or the lack of familiarity benefited the better team. So this would be another interleague showdown matchup benefiting the better team here with the New York Mets. So that would match on New York. And then of course in this spot, we have the Mets 12-6 as a favorite. They're 10-7 on the road, and they're 11-6 against right-handed pitchers, so all winning angles. And then Detroit, by the way, just 9-17 as a dog and 5-7 at home. And really bank on the bats, hopefully, of the Mets to pace them here. Aside from liking the pitching matchup, Lucchese's pitched the ball pretty well with a 2.19 ERA. But the bats of the Mets hitting 242 versus just 222 for Detroit. And then also just very basic, but run differential. Runs for versus runs against. Very quick snapshot, quick and dirty of how good or bad a team is compared to the rest of the league. Well, the Mets are +9 in run differential, and the Detroit Tigers are -47. So I'm going Mets here. A lot of system matches. Interleague favorite with a steam move. I'm on the Mets here at -145. That about does it for today's VSiN Daily Morning Bets podcast on Tuesday, May 2nd. But a reminder, if you want more VSiN in your life on a consistent daily basis, if you want to wake up to fantastic sports betting coverage every morning, starting your day off right with all the breakdowns of the biggest games that day and what you need to know as a bettor, and letting you know, of course, as well, what's going on at VSiN. Well, sign up for the newsletter. It's free. It costs you nothing. VSiN.com/newsletter. Just plug in your email, hit submit, and then boom, you'll wake up every morning to those great breakdowns. Also, we'd love for you to become a member at VSiN. Then we can show you everything we offer. VSiN.com/subscribe. Only $9.99, $10. And that'll be your first full month of service. That'll get you every single best bet from all the guests and the hosts at VSiN, sent to your email multiple times throughout the day, a live stream of all the VSiN shows, all the articles behind the paywall, as well as those great DraftKings percentages, letting you know bet splits, as we like to call them, letting you know where the bets and dollars are at for every single game. So give it a shot, VSiN.com/subscribe, and at least follow us on Twitter. Support us on social media. We tweet out great content, little clips from all our shows every day. You can follow us at VSiN Live. You can follow me at Josh_Insights. But I wish you the best of luck. Have a fantastic Tuesday. You can also check out the Market Insights pod, which I will be putting out around 3 o'clock today. Probably have a few more baseball games. I actually really like the baseball board. There are actually 2 or 3 other games I really like today. But I'll have probably some more bets there, maybe some NBA or NHL playoffs here. You can check it out later today around 3 o'clock. But that about does it. Enjoy the sweats today, guys. Good luck. And as always, as a wise man of VSiN likes to say, hopefully you can cash some tickets, because that's what it's all about. Enjoy the sweats, everyone. Good luck.